Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, now we hit.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things we picked up when we picked up the Thrive 15 team was an entire team. You want an SEO guy that knows things about search engine optimization? Got it. You got a website guy that's built big websites like Garth Brooks' website? Awesome, we have it. He's coming in. If I had to pay for that on my own, outside of Thrive 15, there's just no way. For us, one of our most immediate needs when I got connected with Clay was technology. We had a website, but I had a website in Tulsa. Our other partner had a website in Colorado. They did everything from doing a drone video where they flew over all of our markets with a drone. They integrated that into our site. They built every single thing that I think of, they do. We do a podcast. If I was gonna produce my own podcast, there's no, I mean, that alone, just that alone would be what I pay Thrive, just for that. But then if you add the fact that I've got, if I need a business card design, if I need a website build, if I need this, if I need that, I know what I would pay for that. If I had to go a la carte, I feel guilty sometimes, like I don't probably write a big enough check for the value that I get. I think there's a lot of entrepreneurs that have ideas what they want to do with their business and how they want to grow and what market they want to be in and how they can increase production and do all this. But it's not about having 4,000 ideas. It's about having 12 and executing them 4,000 times. That's the trick, in my opinion, and that's where Thrive's value comes in. I feel like I have my own staff, my own, like, I don't know, 20-person team that when I need something, I just go to them and it happens.
Yes, and yes. Thrive Nation, we are in the air everywhere. And Jordan, I got to ask you this question. Okay?
Yeah.
Imagine that you bought an OxyFresh franchise. Pretend you did. Let's not pretend you didn't. Let's pretend you did. Why would you have bought an OxyFresh franchise? Like, what would be the appeal of buying an OxyFresh franchise in your mind? Had you hypothetically had purchased one?
The appeal would be that it's a business that's already it's got systems and checklists and a process that works. So I don't have to create anything. It's already there.
Okay, so let's pretend that you had opened up one in Arkansas, Rogers, Arkansas, or Bentonville, assuming there was a location available. Okay.
Yeah.
Today's topic we're going to focus on is how could you jack it up? I mean, even though it's a great system with 517 or 515 locations, even though it's been around for over a decade, and even though it's got world's greenest carpet cleaning as far as its technology, even though they have a proven marketing strategy, even though they have a turnkey call center, even though they have the mentorship and the coaching available, and even though Matt Klein's beard is sensational, what could you, or if you and I bought this together, what could we do to jack it up? Matt Klein, welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
I am doing awesome. Thank you for having me.
All right, Matt. So let's get into the practical. Let's get into the weeds, bro. Okay. So let's just say that we opened up an OxyFresh. I'm going to pull it up here. So I go to Google and I'm going to type in Arkansas OxyFresh. I'm going to see if you have one. Okay. And the guys who probably have one, if they do have one in Arkansas, are probably great people. Okay. So here we go. So you got these 3 locations that are coming up in the Google search results for OxyFresh. And let's just say that Jordan and I teamed up together and we own one of them. What would we have to do to jack it up and to make sure that it doesn't work?
Yeah, so just essentially do everything the opposite of what we've said. Don't get Google reviews. Don't, talk to commercial clients. Go out and put a $12,000 roadside billboard sign up and get 0 jobs from it. There's a lot of things you can do to mess up a business, but that's why we're here, to steer in the right direction, make sure we don't have a lot of those, costly mistakes. We can essentially guide you down the road of things that we know that work, marketing that knows work, pay structures for employees that we know works, hiring platforms, like all of our vendors from credit card processing to payroll to background checks. We've got every one of these check items in place for you so that you don't have to go guess or go try to figure it out on your own.
Now, let's talk about this though, because again, you were taking it kind of a weird area. I feel like I sensed you were getting kind of weird there. You were talking about how to be successful and you're trying to make it more positive, and I'm trying to focus on how we can jack it up. So let's just say that Jordan and I, we get together every morning with our new OxyFresh, right? And we get together and we have a culture where we say we're starting every day at 8. You know why? Because that's what we do. And then we say, you know what we're going to do? We're not going to get Google reviews. That's what we're going to, you know why? Because we don't believe in Google reviews. You know, Jordan says he believes. I say, I don't believe. Jordan says, I believe. We need to. They said we need to. And I go, Jordan, don't trust the man. Okay. Don't trust the man. You want to follow the man. That's how we got in this mess to begin with, bro. Don't listen to Matt. And you're going, but we just paid a lot of money to get a franchise from Matt. I'm pretty positive he's trying to help us. I'm like, yeah, because that's what they want you to think.
That's what they all say.
That's what they all say. So we're not getting Google reviews. So then we, you know, each week, Matt, you know, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks in, we've had a business now for 6 months. I hop on the phone call with you and I say, Matt, tell you this, buddy. Leads aren't coming in. You know why? Because you guys at corporate are holding the man down. And you say, Clay, are you getting reviews? And I go, no, because we don't get reviews. What would happen?
Your business would be unnoticeable by your clientele base. So they go on and they search for carpet cleaning around me, green carpet cleaning quotes, right? And they're looking for services in the industry that we actually participate in. You're going to have a bunch of companies show up and you not be one of them. So you're going to limit your ability to even be on the options of or choices of companies to use.
You're telling me that if we did everything else right, I mean, if we clean just the hell out of the carpet, I mean, there's carpet, we get a call, we get our one lead a month, you know, or someone from church, phone rings, and I go, Jordan, the call center booked us a job. You don't need to go out to it. I'm going to go out to it because I'm obsessed with carpet. I go out there and I clean, and it's like the world's greenest carpet cleaning, and I clean it some more, and the customer loves it, and they go, man, Clay, we love the carpet you cleaned. And I say, I know you do. I'm the best. They say, you are the best. And I go, all right. And they go, is there anything we can do for you? And I go, nope. And especially don't leave me a Google review. You know why? Because that's what the guys at corporate want. Matt, what would happen though, seriously, if someone just cleans the hell out of their carpet and they don't get Google reviews?
Yeah, I mean, you better be a really good salesperson, or you better be really good at word of mouth marketing. I mean, you essentially will have to become an outside salesperson if you do not want to go do marketing. Right? Because there's really 2 ways to grow. You either have to go out and beat the streets and talk to people that have decision-making power over their businesses or their properties or their homes, or you have to be in the place where the consumer is looking for that specific service. For ours, carpet cleaning. If you don't show up when someone types in carpet cleaning into Google, you're going to have a very hard time growing through marketing. Right? So if you're not going to do it, you better be really good at sales.
Now, Matt, again, I'm just saying here. So you're trying to tell me that if I'm not the highest rated, most reviewed in my market, because I intentionally am avoiding the idea of Google reviews, are you trying to say that would impact the amount of leads I would receive?
Yeah, you would. You know, I've yet to see a franchisee that can outsell our marketing.
Okay. So let's move.
I mean, you're gonna have a hard time. You know, you are going to have a hard time growing if your customers cannot find you.
Now, okay, but Jordan, I'm gonna go back to this now. Let's just say that I won't get Google reviews, okay? And you're the normal guy in this relationship, and you go, hey, you say, Clay, the guys at corporate definitely told us to get Google reviews, and I go,
What told us?
But listen, I'm a 51% owner, bro. We're not gonna get the Google reviews, okay? So then I see what we're gonna do, Jordan. We're gonna hire an outside marketing firm. We're going to find, I know a guy. Okay. So Matt, this would never happen to an OxyFresh owner, but I'm just giving you hypothetically. So I pick up the phone, boop, 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 and I know a guy up in Michigan, right? So my buddy answers the phone. We'll call him Bjorn. Oh, don't you know, this is Bjorn's marketing service. And I go, yeah, Bjorn, I want you to pull a report on OxyFresh corporate. And I want you to tell me what the boys at corporate are doing wrong. And Bjorn says, oh, don't you know, I'm going to go and I'll send you the report, don't you know. By the way, do you guys want any Lufska? Wait, I said, what? Lufska? No, do you want any rhubarb? You know, I'll get you some rhubarb and what? Yeah. Oh, yeah, don't you know, I'll send you. So then I get a report now from this third-party marketing firm, Matt, because I'm not getting Google reviews. So I bring in the third-party marketing firm from a distant land called Minnesota, don't you know? You know, so I bring in the marketing firm, and Matt, this is the marketing industry. They're gonna, no matter how great corporate is, doesn't matter how great OxyFresh is, I can find a marketing firm to tell me there's something wrong with corporate, because that's what marketing firms do. And they're going to show up with all these fancy reports and suggestions. And Matt, have you ever seen this kind of scenario where the guy doesn't want to do what needs to be done? So he shows up with new information from an outside source that has no connection to OxyFresh?
Yeah, we see this, I wouldn't say a lot, but it does happen from time to time where someone says, hey, this guy came across and it seems to be legit. And, that's why we have an entire team to actually validate that company, see if what they're actually offering is good. There is a scenario where they could be beneficial to us, but we don't want you signing a 6-month, 12-month agreement if we don't know it's going to work. It's ultimately your decision as a franchise. So if we say, hey, that's not going to work, we've tried it before and it's just not a great thing, and you go and do it, that is your prerogative. You can do that. But yes, you should use the resource available to you, which means the people and support that can actually do the validation for you and make sure whatever they're trying to sell you is a legitimate opportunity to help your business grow and not just a pit of misery.
I'm just confused. I know I'm supposed to be the sane person in this business partnership, but I thought that's why we bought an OxyFresh, so we didn't have to do anything. I'm just confused now. Are you selling? I still have to go do stuff, even though we bought this franchise that works?
Yeah. We're giving you the infrastructure. We're giving you all the rules to play by. We're giving you the vendors to do it. Like, we're getting you to the game, right? You still got to play it. Okay,
now let's continue. I'm just trying to find out how I can screw it up. So if I'm not getting Google reviews, if I'm not getting Google reviews, that's a huge problem. That's like almost like a deal breaker there. Next is I don't want to do what we would call the Dream 100, Matt, or I don't want to do, you might call it the key performance indicators related to outside marketing. You might call it touch marketing. Some people call it expanding your centers of influence. Some people call it building your network. But Matt, that's where you make a list of the top corporate accounts that you want to earn their business. You might make a list of the apartment complexes in your community, of the hotels in your community, of the banquet facilities in your community. And Matt, you could go market to those places about the corporate side of OxyFresh. And Matt, if I say, Matt, I don't really like what we would call going to other people that I don't know. I don't like the idea of marketing people that I don't know. Matt, what happens if you have somebody that doesn't want to do Google reviews and they don't want to reach out to businesses that they don't know?
I just don't know how your customers would find you. I mean, I tell people this all the time. Like, if you needed a plumber, okay, and you don't know a plumber, you don't know anyone that knows a plumber, and you need one, how would you go do it? I'd put that person in the shoes of a consumer, and then you try to navigate to your own business. You're never going to find it, right? And there's a bunch of companies that have great reviews, that have a good website, that people are going to be answering the phones, are going to be in front of you, ready to service that customer. So you put yourself behind a bunch of companies that are doing the things right. Now, if we do all the things correctly with OxyFresh, we're going to put ourselves in front of those companies. So not only to show up first, we have better resources, better phone answering skills, better online scheduling capabilities, but none of that stuff matters if your customers cannot find you.
Okay. So now, Matt, what do you call that system internally when you talk about marketing to corporate accounts? Do you have like a certain phraseology, a certain way you refer to that internally at OxyFresh?
Wait, say that again.
Is there a certain way that you refer to internally marketing to corporate clients? Do you have? So I've actually met many of the OxyFresh owners that tell me they've done quite well by reaching out to corporate businesses. Do you have like a certain name that you call that, or a certain process that you guys call it internally?
Yeah, it's basically just our commercial sales program.
Okay. So someone says, I don't want to do the commercial sales program. I don't want to get the Google reviews. And then Matt, finally they say, I don't want to clean the carpet when I don't feel good. Like our company, when we don't feel good, Jordan, we're not going to clean. Now, I guess if I don't feel good, like if I have like a knee that's sore or some sort of anxiety, or if there's a wedding coming up, or if you were in a wedding, or I know someone who was in a wedding, if anybody was in a wedding, if there was a holiday, if the holiday's coming up, if there was a holiday in a different country, and I'm not from that country, but I just want to observe their holidays. There's a lot of people, Matt, that they don't work when they don't feel like it, which is 60% of the time. What happens if you have that sort of a culture, Matt, where you just might be available this week, maybe not next week? What happens?
Yeah, somebody else is willing to work, and they're going to take all your customers from you. right? So you stunt your growth to a way where you're not going to get that customer 9 months from now because you didn't do it today. You're not going to be able to get that customer's friends. You're not going to be able to get those customers' friends. All right. I mean, you essentially put a stigma on your businesses that you are unwilling to service your customers. And that's a tough one to overcome, right? You'd be shocked at the smallest amount of job might turn into the biggest opportunity. So if you take your days off, and I don't care if you as an owner clean, but you better put someone in place that can show up on a daily basis.
Now, this is big, though, because somebody out there, I know you don't want to screw up a franchise, but this is what I hear a lot of times, Matt, about the people that aren't OxyFresh owners. I just have people that come to our business workshops and they own a different franchise and they go, man, the guys at corporate are just beating me over the head about Google reviews, marketing to my corporate accounts, working every day of the week. My business has to be open every day. And I'm going, hey, if you'll just be open every day, gather those Google reviews and do your Dream 100 marketing, your marketing to your corporate accounts, your business is going to blow up. But I'm trying to help somebody out there, Matt, in all sincerity, that is thinking, well, what if I buy an OxyFresh and it doesn't work? I mean, so let's talk about this. What's the investment? What does it cost to buy an OxyFresh?
Yeah, it's $44,900 to become a franchise. That includes your 7-year agreement. That includes your protected territory. That includes all the equipment that you need for one whole setup to outfit a vehicle with product and equipment. It also includes a training where I'll fly you and one other person out to Denver for 4 days to get the initial training to get you kicked off into your onboarding process. So all that's included in that initial, essentially $45,000.
So you're paying that initial money up front, but if you're out there buying like a Suburban or a new car of some kind, I would argue it might be hard to find a new car that's desirable that you could buy for under $45,000. But let's just say you did. I don't know that you're going to make a return on investment on that car. I don't know that vehicle is going to produce for you income or time freedom. But if you buy an OxyFresh vehicle, it can produce time freedom for you. But it really comes down to what you're willing to put into it. Jordan, I'm going to give you the final question for Matt Klein, because somebody out there is thinking about scheduling a consultation at oxyfresh.com, oxifresh.com. They're thinking about learning more about an OxyFresh. But before they do, they're probably thinking, well, what if it doesn't work? What question would you have for Matt Klein, Jordan? What's your final question you have for Matt Klein?
Man, final question. I don't know that I have a question. I think I understand enough about this. I'm not Matt, but I think Matt would agree that this system works, but it's not you buy and do nothing. Matt, if I just bought this system and I said, hey, you guys work, this works. Now I just want to sit back and relax. Is that going to work for me?
It'll work if you want to make a very limited amount of money, right? If you want to make $500,000 a month and just have it as like a part-time deal that you don't really spend any time on it. But most people I talk to aren't trying to do that. Like for me, my goal is to have this thing make the absolute amount of money that it's possible. I got 5 going on 6 employees working every single day for me in a territory that's an hour and a half away. And all that's because we have the resources, technology, support, marketing to do that. Because if I had to be the one pulling all the strings for my franchise, right? If I had to be the ones cleaning the job or clean the houses, if I had to be the one, creating marketing, for instance, then I would be stuck at, the very beginning of this business. But because it's a franchise, because the infrastructure is built for me, the phones are being answered for me, the marketing's in place, right? I get to do what I'm good at, which is manage my employees, make sure my marketing's doing what I'm doing. I mean, I'm essentially a business owner, right? If you do what you're saying, you bought yourself a job that's not going to make you very much money.
Man, I hate to do this to you, but you are a beautiful man. I don't appreciate you just hiding behind that beauty week after week, thinking that you can just coast on your beauty. What do you do at OxyFresh beyond just model? I mean, because he'll walk in. A lot of times people don't know this. Matt just walks in a room and people will take photos. And that's kind of what he does. That's what you see on the outside. But what do you do when you're not just modeling, Matt?
I've never been a model, just to clear that up. I don't think I ever will. I essentially just model to people that I'm talking to, I guess, because we're just doing screen shares all day. But no, that is the extent. No one would ever get confused about my modeling career, except for Clay.
That's something I've been mesmerized just knowing you for a long time. A lot of times I just will schedule the Zoom calls just to look at you, take a quick photo, and hop off. All right, Matt, I appreciate you so much. That's if you want to learn more about OxyFresh, go to thrivetimeshow.com/OxyFresh, thrivetimeshow.com/OxyFresh. And ladies, Matt Klein continues to be married. Stop filling out the form for the wrong reasons, lady. Okay, thanks a lot there, Matt Klein. I appreciate you.
Hey, guys.
See ya.
See ya.
My name is Joe Lai, and I'm with Kirkpatrick & Lai Orthodontics. At Kirkpatrick & Lai Orthodontics, we create beautiful smiles by straightening kids' teeth and adults' teeth. The services that Clay and his team provide would be something like how to get more customers into my business and get the message out that I'm the best orthodontist in Tulsa. He does that by social media. We get the word out through videos and pictures, and being just top mind awareness, as he would always say. Also, how to reach out and create that bond with my referring doctors. He helped me kind of get somebody in-house to go out and meet doctors and help me kind of continue building that relationship while I do the work. Website. The website's so majorly important. We get several patients through our website, and what he's doing is there's a certain way that you want your website to look and certain content because you want call to action items in your website, and we didn't have that before. So now we get 7 or 8 new patients just through the website alone. Clay and his team are, I would just say they're over the top. I mean, nothing is too big, nothing's too grand for Clay and his staff and his team. I mean, he says boom, he really means it. I mean, they over deliver, really, to be honest with you. And they come up with ideas that are just top notch. And if you don't like something, great, move on. He'll figure out something that works for your style and your identity. But I would just say the biggest thing for Clay and his team is they over-deliver. Clay and his team help kind of create that culture also for your business that, hey, we got to get things done in a timely manner. It holds me accountable to do the certain tasks so that we can create things in a timely manner. So there is a sense of urgency that he creates, and it's a lot of it's just through his enthusiasm. He's always on the go, so it kind of puts you on that same mindset of, hey, let's get this done, let's work hard, but let's also have fun with it. When I went to orthodontic school, we got 0 training on marketing. Actually, when I got out of school 18 years ago, it was kind of taboo to actually do any marketing. The most you could do is put your name in the Yellow Pages. And so now it's pretty common knowledge and pretty mainstream to go ahead and get your name out there, tell everybody your story, who you are, what you're about. If you don't do that, it's a leg of your business that you're lagging behind. Because you could be the best orthodontist or the best whatever, but if people don't know that, then you won't get the customers coming in. I meet with Clay and his team on every Friday about 11 o'clock, and to be honest with you, at the beginning I wasn't that thrilled with it. Coming in every week just kind of seemed like a lot, but for me, I find the marketing aspect interesting. I enjoy it. I love working with Clay. I think it's the main reason why. I've kind of built a relationship with him. I think it got to a level now where we're pretty good friends. And so to me, it's enjoyable. I really enjoy the creativity and how when you put the energy into it and the work into it, how you get everything kind of comes back and it works. I've worked with Clay and his team for about, I think it's about 3 years, and every year it's just gotten better and things have grown more every year. I've been trying to get my wife and her pediatric dentist office and our partners on board with Clay for a while. I just saw that they were kind of getting stagnant in their practice, and times were kind of getting slow for them. and they needed more referrals. And I knew that Clay could definitely help them out by even just one thing, which would be change your website. And just by doing that, you're going to get patients very easily. But another thing too is that they needed to change their culture and their mindset of how to bring in patients, and creating a brand as well for them, and giving them more of an identity, so the whole staff could kind of rally around that. For anybody that's coming out of school or just starting new with a business of any sort, be it medical or anything of that nature, I highly recommend Clay helping you create that business model. We're trained to do what we're trained to do, but we're not trained to do the business aspect or the marketing or how to deal with the patient or our staff. So Clay can pretty much do all that. But what I like the most about Clay and his staff is that everything's in-house. I don't have to go to one place to do my website. I don't have to go somewhere to do my videos. I don't have to go another place to shoot photographs, somewhere else to do web content or team coaching or entrepreneurship. Clay pretty much is the total package. He's really a great mentor. So if you're new and starting a business and you want to avoid all the pitfalls, I would definitely hook up with Clay and his team. If someone's not using Clay and his team to help build their business, they're missing out on a lot. There's so many details and so many aspects of creating a business that Clay really makes it simple, makes it fun, and you learn so much in a short amount of time that I think he's the best entrepreneur, business coach, marketer, you name it. The guy's and his team's got it all going on.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or you know, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months, and you have $350,000 of bills you've got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But it was anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing, and I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you, and there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing. And Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads. Going from 10 a month to 180 a month, that would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it, because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D. Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love the building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time, and he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.